Hi, Mark here. It's Thursday, the 2nd of April, 9:48 a.m. Eastern, 1:48 p.m. GMT. US session well underway, going into the afternoon portion of the European session. Let's have a look how the markets, particularly the US dollar, is performing now that the US session is underway. And here is the fight back by the US. We do know if there's one thing the markets don't tolerate, um, and don't react well to, and that's uncertainty. And that's exactly what we have right now. Very uncertain, chopping and changing every day, particularly from the US standpoint. Trump's announcement that the war is almost over and then it's not over, and he'll carry on with the bombing, the status of the Straits of Hormuz remaining open or closed apparently is not his prerequisite for the war ending. A lot of uncertainty, and here's the result. Back to a flight to US dollar safety. We saw it sold off 2 days ago and it looked like there was going to be a de-escalation. And now that that's off the table, once again, US dollar strength returns. I've got support at 99.27, resistance at 111, right now 99.95, and looks like testing that 100 level again. Let's have a look at the majors. And there you see US dollar strength against the euro again. There is the previous 2 days, that was Tuesday and Wednesday, when it looked like there was going to be a de-escalation and some promise or some hope to the Middle East situation. Buying euro, selling US dollar sold off. Now that we're back to heightened nervousness and uncertainty, once again, US dollar strength. I've got resistance at 116.08 and I have support at 115.11. We'll see where the US dollar strength continues and the support level is tested or prices remain maintained at this level. Alternatively, from US dollar strength to weakness, because things change so quickly, would see buyers looking back up at the 116 resistance level. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. And there you see a very similar pattern. US dollar strength again today, regaining what it lost over the past 2 days. I've got resistance at 133.23 and I've got support at 131.78. Sellers of pound, buyers of US dollar strength will look back down below this 132 or lower. A bounce up off this area from dollar strength to dollar weakness, buyers will be looking back up at the 133 area. Let's have a look at the US dollar against the yen. And there you see US dollar fighting back against the yen, looking through again the what it lost over the previous 2 days at the start of the week. I've got support at 158.61 and resistance at 159.70. We'll see if buyers can maintain this, test this resistance, get back up to testing that 160 yen, that high level. Um, and as we saw on the index and on the other three majors, US dollar strength as the US session, as we get into the meat heart of the US session. And let's have a look at the US against the Canadian. And there you see it again, US dollar fighting back. US dollar has been particularly strong against the Canadian since the beginning of the 6th of March. You can see from down here at 135.26, successive higher highs, higher lows, green candlesticks, other than the 2 days where it looked like there was going to be a reprieve or some kind of settlement in the Middle East. Right now, US dollar strength once again, 138.69 is the support and resistance at 139.33. Buyers looking to retest that on the upside. So a strong fight back from the US dollar. We'll see if that can be maintained. I expect more volatility And we've got our resistance support levels to work with. Perhaps they've already reached their average true range. We'll see if those levels maintain or if we get a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar to the remainder of the US session. Good trading, and I'll see you at the end of day.